I thought I'd tell you about something that happened to me in the Chicago area a few years ago that was remarkable. I'm standing in line, or I've got a line of people who want autographs, and I'm standing there signing autographs. A guy comes up to me in Chicago and says, "We'd like to make you a motorcycle." Can I make a motorcycle? Sure. Make me a motorcycle. If you want to make me a motorcycle, go make me a motorcycle. And he says, "Okay, we're going to design it. And we'll get it to you." Great. Wow. There's a book out. See what I can do. We've got a book out there called Bold to Go, and I think two people that's working. And I think the book is basically about how the universe takes care of it. Just the weirdest things happen. It's good and bad, and then something happens to make the bad good. And generally it's good. I mean, things just miraculously happen. And so in this case, this guy said, "I want to make you a motorcycle." And a friend of mine who's a sculptor, a couple of days later says, "You know what? I'm thinking about making a motorcycle with you, but a motorcycle looks like a horse, and it'll be like, we can put it in a museum and it'll look great." I said, "Great, there's a guy who wants to make me a motorcycle. You want to kind of form a motorcycle? I'll get the two of you together, three of us, and talk." So we all meet, and after the meeting, the sculptor says, "Well, no, it's too many people, I'm bowing out." And he bows out. But the people who make you the motorcycle are in a town just below Chicago. Name me a town just below Chicago. Aurora. Aurora? Yeah, Aurora. So people in Aurora said, "Okay, we're going to build a motorcycle here." And they start building. And as they're building, I call in. "How's it going?" "It's great, it's great, great motorcycle." And he said, "Be ready in Chicago." I said, "Wait, why don't I drive the motorcycle? This great, incredible looking motorcycle." I haven't seen pictures of it, but they're telling me it's going to be spectacular. Why don't I drive that motorcycle from Chicago to Los Angeles? What could go wrong? Everything. So they said, "Oh, great idea." And somehow the American Legion, who has a motorcycle armed to them, they parade, and draw funds for various military charities and things like that. So we got it all going. And we're going to leave, and I forgot the date, June 6th. We're going to leave June 6th. We're going to, so I'll do publicity. We'll go. We'll get the American Legion, we'll stop in all these major cities, about 8 or 9 major cities, on our way from Chicago to Los Angeles. We'll stop there, we'll raise some funds. And I said, "Yeah, great." And I've got cameras, we'll shoot a documentary, we'll raise funds, and we'll try, how far between cities? 500 miles. We'll drive 500 miles from every city. We'll leap from city to city, and we'll make it in about 8 days. And we'll drive this new, fantastic motorcycle. Oh, by the way, the motorcycle is going to have a 500 horsepower Cadillac engine. No kidding! A 500 horsepower. I'm thinking, 500 horsepower, that's big. I mean, that's huge for a motorcycle. But, hey, they're designing a motor. Finally, it becomes whatever the date was, June 6th. And I come to Chicago, and I'm on morning broadcasting here. What was his name? The wonderful guy that every morning. I'm on Magna. I said, "You're going to drive?" "Yeah, I'm driving. I'm going. I'm leaving Chicago, and I'm going to." And we're going to. He says, "That's great. Everybody, Shatner's going from this to that to everybody." And all this publicity. "We're leaving tomorrow." "Okay." And tomorrow comes by. I still haven't seen the motorcycle. Motorcycle, just finishing it up. Just finishing it up. So they call everybody who's ever had it calls about 150 press and television, and they meet at this company in Aurora. 150 press. Chapters going from 8 cities, raising funds.
Good time.
Where's the motorcycle? It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. But I'm directing the documentary. I want to do an opening shot. I want to get a shot. There's a big storehouse that this company owns. What I'll do is we'll put lights up there. We got lights, and we'll put the motorcycle there. And I'll dolly slowly into the motorcycle. Spectacular shot. Where's the motorcycle? Motorcycle starts. 10 o'clock. 11. Motorcycle finally comes. I haven't seen it. It's in a truck. And we want to unveil it, so don't show anybody, don't show me, don't show. And ladies and gentlemen, we're calling it the Rivet, because I don't know why. Like, because it's something to do with a frog. And I think our motto was a frog on the t-shirt. And Rivet. So it's called Rivet. So Rivet is ready, and they unveil it.
What's going on?
Look, wonderful, and it's on the truck, and okay, I get in it.
Is that William Shatner?
And there's felt tip ink and arms.
Yeah, that's William Shatner.
And there's no windscreen. Oh, no. And then they start to press it.
I think it just
Well, Chris Wilson followed the dot.
And they push the thing down so it goes down from the truck onto the road. And I'm there, you know, and I'm a motorcycle, right? Race over and it's going forward. Now I'm aware. And they're saying, stop the bike, Bill, stop the bike. I deliberately don't stop it, just to raise the anxiety. And I stop, I can steer it, won't steer. I said to the guy who was designing the vision, "There's no work." He said, "It doesn't work." There's 150 people on television banging out through it. So we retreat to a boardroom. And now we have a discussion. What do we do? We get this cross-country plan with huge numbers of American Legion motorcyclists ushering us out of Chicago. Meanwhile, in Chicago, 50 miles away or something. Back there, you can see the clouds flowering from the ocean. And there's like a pretty beat in Chicago, whereas in Aurora, it's cloudy, but it's not bad. Back there, it's like, we're gonna get you. Walter driving motorcycles in the rain. I mean, you don't want it. You won't stop underneath an overpass when it's raining, because not only is it uncomfortable, the wind, as you move forward, sweeps away your heat, so you're now in hypothermia. So you're wet and you're hypothermic. It's the coldest thing you've ever, even in the heat of day. It's so cold. You don't want to do no rain, and that rain is right over there. It's not a good omen because the bike doesn't work. So we decide to go to the nearest Harley-Davidson place and rent a motorcycle. And the two mechanics who were working on the motorcycle said, we'll get our truck and we'll truck the bike from city to city, and we'll work on the bike and we'll get the bike going. We can slow through. And so off we go from Chicago, St. Louis, all across the country. The bike never moved. They dropped the bike out and said, here's the new bike, it's going to be a great bike. And there was a ooh and ah, you press the button, and this Cadillac engine fires away. And the bike never goes. And we are stuck with, oh yeah, it's going to be a great bike. And by the way, give money to the American Legion. And finally, we ended up, the last stop was Las Vegas. And we've been reading recently about the heat in Las Vegas. 110, 120 degrees. That's how hot it was in Las Vegas when we got there. That was our last stop before getting to Los Angeles. And it was so hot. That's what it was. It was so hot there. When you relax, the grease, the tank, it burned. You got first,
Hey, Phil.
what's 3 degrees of burn? What's the least? 3, 2, 1. One is like open. But you got 30-degree burns on your knees and hands.
Good job, guys.
So when I got off the bike and wandered into the Harley Davidson store in Las Vegas, I think
Going to the store.
cameras were on. So I willed myself to stay up and then lay down on the bench, slowly recover. It was a disaster from that point of view, but we raised a lot of funds and we made it to Los Angeles, but this seat like that. And that was the last time I was in Chicago. Ask me a question, and are we set up? Is there a microphone?
I think the girls here and over there, sir.
Where is that? I can't see you.
Here and over there, sir.
Okay, so where are you?
Big spot of orange.
Where are you? Where's Mike?
Back here, Bill.
Back here, back here.
Oh, great. And I remember talking to you. What is it? Will it explode? Obviously, I'm dying to put it on there. So ask me a question. Thank you very much. Where's the microphone?
Right here.
Right here, sir.
Way down there?
Yes, sir, right here.
Yeah. Okay, so you're in a white hat.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Shatner, thank you for coming. As someone who's been on both sides of the interview table,
A little closer to the microphone.
as someone who's been on both sides of the interview table, or in the case of Roth, or the couch, you're very familiar with interviews. Now, you're very familiar with interviews, the interview process.
Is it a question or a statement?
If I can have time to ask one question for someone you always want to interview, but you haven't had a chance.
Ask the question.
What question would you ask this theoretical person that you've never?
What question would I ask myself that I've never answered? That's the question. That's the question. What question have I ever could I ask myself that I've never answered? That's my question. How would I know? What question I've never asked myself or I haven't answered? The person is the dumbest question I've ever What
Check it out. There's the kitchen.
You are, what's your name? Oh, Pearson. Pearson?
Yes, sir, that is my first name. Yes.
Great. What do you do for a living?
Customer service.
What?
Customer service.
Customer service.
Public service. Public service, I hope I have. Actually, that's a good question.
I just thought it was something.
What?
I just thought it would be,
No, do a public service.
no, customers.
You're obviously a very intelligent guy. obviously. Ask me an intelligent question, and I'll try to respond. Think of another question that I've never been asked in one age.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I will ask,
No, you're gonna ask me
your favorite roles if you're talking to, say, Kirk or Hooker.
favorite role.
Favorite roles.
Okay. I don't have favorite role. I mean, I love everything that I enjoy what I'm doing. Like, for example, this moment in time, this is my favorite moment. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but in front of this video. I want to be here. I want to entertain you. I want to answer your questions and have fun with you as I'm having with you.
If you're,
You're highly intelligent.
So are you able to hear Chris?
Thank you for your time.
What's
My question was, if you're talking to your favorite role.
Oh, and my favorite role, don't have one at the moment. Whatever I'm doing at the moment is my favorite role. And when it's gone, it's gone at the wind. All that people remember is, oh yeah, say Denny Clay. Oh, Captain Kirk. Yeah. Oh,
Very philosophical, so thank you for your time.
What you know?
Oh, other side?
Right into the microphone.
There's another mic.
There's another mic. There's another mic over
Oh,
here.
the other side. I thought that was important. And you're on the other side. No, I'm on this side. Oh, okay.
Star Trek has inspired so many people that
It
want
has.
to become great engineers and scientists.
Yes.
And so they kind of leverage their position to interview you, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, etc.
Hey, Neil deGrasse Tyson and I, and a few other people, will be going on an Antarctic trip this Christmas. Christmas week, there's this Voyage of a Lifetime that I'm going, they were building it at. And Neil deGrasse Tyson, with whom I have argued on many occasions. Last time I saw Neil deGrasse Tyson, he was interviewing me, or I was interviewing him, and I'm saying to him, there's dark matter and dark energy, Neil. Every calculation, apparently 85, 95%, somewhere between those two, is what the universe consists of. Dark matter, dark energy. We don't even know what it is. We just call it dark. We don't know what it is. The universe is expanding. It should be contracting. It's expanding. Why? There's a force going on that's shoving everything apart that we can't know. Now, how can we take measurements? How can we say, oh, that's X number of light years there, or this matter is there? When it's like looking through a deep curtain. Neil, none of the measurements are correct. Maybe the speed of light isn't exact. They said, no, Bill, it says we've got measurements, and we know that there's some clarity. Neil, there's dark matter and dark energy. We don't know what it is. It composes 90% of the universe. How can you say these measurements are correct, these observations? Oh, we know there's hydrogen. You don't know that, Neil, do you? Okay. Talk to me.
Well, my question was,
It's a past tense, don't, is.
my question is, which particular engineer or scientist were you most impressed by that leveraged their
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
scientific?
I've done more than one interview show, and one of the last one of the ones it was titled "Things I Don't Know." Something about what I don't know, which is everything I don't know. I have a lot of bluster, and no bluster. So I talked to, gosh, what's his name? The guy dives deep into the ocean as the first. What? No, not Chuck.
James Cameron.
Not Cameron, he's the director now. The guy who discovered what Cameron dives to.
Hey, Annalise.
The Titanic. What was the name of the guy? The scientist.
Robert Ballard.
But yeah, so Ballard. I interviewed Ballard. In fact, after the interview, he said, "Would you like to come on the ship?" And I would have loved it, but I didn't have the time. So I interviewed Ballard. So there's a guy. I'm trying to remember some of the stuff. Ballard went to school, university, and studied underwater stuff. And then when he came out, I think he went into the Navy. In any case, he built this bathysphere, this round thing that could withstand enormous pressure of going underwater. So he got in it, and I think maybe something, and he went down into, it wasn't the Mariana Trench, but it was a deep cleavage in the Atlantic Ocean, so that it was so deep, the cleavage was, the hole in the ground was so deep that vents from the magma was coming up, hot water was coming up there. And this bathysphere is what I remember it doing. Bathysphere went down, and then it got caught, the cable got caught, and they were chucking it around, and as they were chuckling it around, he looks up, and he sees animals, live things, in the plumes of heated water. He sees worms and clams. There's life in 600 degrees, hot, salt water. Life is going, it's absolutely stunning. And it was an example of how life has its own determination. Life is determined to exist. So you see, I've gone away from we have plants around the house, and I've gone away like on this weekend. I came here last night, Friday, I'm here today, I'm on to San Jose this evening, gone till Sunday night, I'll come home. Monday morning I'll go out with a cup of tea or something like that. And the vines that are around the house will have grown a foot. I mean, the things change within days with the sun and the water. Things change, things are living, striving to find that sunlight, for example, in terms of ivy, that there is a manifest destiny, if you will, of life. And here are these worms and clams in water that no entity should be able to, I mean, boiling water is 210 degrees. They know that water is 600 degrees. And life is formed there. And that suggests that life in other planets exists. And since we're 4 billion years, our solar system is 4 billion years old, but the universe is like 14 billion, 13.8 billion years. At least that's what we can see through all that dark matter that I've been But that time between the existence of the universe, the Big Bang, and us, what happened in between all? Life has got to exist in all these billions of star clusters and planets around their various suns, like our moderately sized sun and our little galaxy in the tail end of the Milky Way. There are billions! Mathematically, it's got to be life. And when Ballard talked about seeing life for the first time in these hot vents existing and moving around and reproducing, it was stunning to him. And I was equally stunned by his story. He is a great scientist. One more story that I remember him telling me was that
Hey,
the
thank you so much.
discovery of the
Welcome.
ship, the Titanic, a submarine, Scorpion? An American submarine had gone down and apparently imploded. It was on the bottom of the ocean floor, and the American government was trying to raise it before the Russians, who were 600 miles north or south, and they needed a cover story. So the cover story they used with that was he was looking for the Titanic. He was, getting the bathysphere down to the Titanic. The whole thing was a cover story. The finding and the examination of the Titanic was a cover story, while the American government was able to lift up this destroyed submarine, American submarine, and then they got the submarine up. I think the road, the only part of it was another whole story about the Scorpion. But this sideshow of
Are you just waking up?
Titanic became more than something, became a movie, and everything happened as a result of Fallon going down, providing a
No worries.
cloud for the fact that the American government was striving to bring out the. Yes, next question?
This is gonna be a tough act to follow.
No, there's no such a thing as a tough act.
Well, let me ask you this.
Once they love you,
This fall,
there's no tough act.
this fall marks 30 years since you played Kurt. Do you miss playing your most iconic role?
Do I miss playing Captain Kirk? Well, they wrote that show. The people who worked, I don't see any. I haven't watched any of the iterations of Star Trek. In fact, there was a group of schoolgirls who got into a car prior to me, and I don't know, the schoolgirls got into a car prior to me. Who are they? Well, they're the cast of this new Star Trek. they're all actors working, so they got into the car and came here. And I thought, gosh, what Star Trek is it that has all these young ladies who look like they should be in first year college? And I'm told they're the voices of this new Star Trek thing. The animated thing? What is it? Prodigy. So, which is great. So there's one example that, I go to these Comic-Cons, and I enjoy what we're doing. This is why I'm here. The give and take and the fun that we have. But what I don't do is watch our television. I watch the news a lot, and movies and special events and the Olympics and all. But tuning into a Star Trek is not my kind of television viewing. Glad it's yours, but it's not mine. So I don't know anything about Star Trek. I've introduced some people who say, yeah, it's the lead, for example. What? And you'll tell them who the character is. I forgot her name. So there's a program, something to do with Star Trek. Oh, we're happy, we're celebrating Star Trek, and I'm asked to go and be the first one out and say thank you, welcome, and everything. And they've got it on teleprompter. So because it's on
Thank you for the
teleprompter,
gifts, Dr. Sword.
and you come out on stage, and hello everybody, and here we are, and I'm a pretty good cold read.
James probably has this.
I came in about 15, 20 minutes before I was supposed to go on, and the guy on the teleprompter says, so here's what you say. So I'm looking at his, I'm backstage, I'm reading up here, but okay, I got it. And I said, what's my cue to talk? Because the teleprompter will go on. I don't think to ask can I see an example of it's called the font, how big the letters are. You know, I've gotten old. They'll tell me, the eyesight isn't quite as good as it was. I have a son-in-law who's called Thor. See, he can see, he's from a Swedish background. Thor can see things, and as the years have passed, Thor has to wear glasses. So my eyesight, I've got to be careful of the size of the print if I'm reading from a telephone. And you figure that out. Stand on, say that. Can you get a little bigger, a little brighter? Okay, good, that's good. I don't have a chance to do that. So there's a young lady beside me, and she's 20, and she's going to go out there. You come out and read my gun. Oh, she's going to do it. Okay. And okay, you're on. Come out. And waiting for my cue. And then this young lady, and then the teleprompter comes on. So that's my cue. Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm reading stuff that it doesn't seem familiar with what I read earlier. But hey, I'm on in front of the audience, and I'm a trooper, and I'm there to do the job. And hello, and welcome to Star Trek, and it's great, all these years and that, and thank you very much. And everybody applauds. She goes that way, I go back home. Backstage, this agent for the young lady is staring. Oh, yes. I read her words. A young black girl, who would that be? I don't know. It's a young, pretty girl. And I read her words. That's because I don't watch Star Trek. So I think I have an implacable enemy. He said, yeah, he read my words. I was going on Star Trek, and he read my words. Terrible guy. Every time, I've told this story a couple of times, and every time I think, God, I hope the story gets back to me. I apologize. Wherever you were, I don't know who you were. So that was that quote. Playing Star Trek again. No, I think perhaps that's. I do know, though, that some of that hero thing is rubbed off. So I was asked to go up into space, and I worked out. So now I'm sitting in the station, and the thing is fulminating beneath me, hydrogen, and I've been brought up on the Hindenburg footage of the Zeppelin burning, you know. Oh, the announcers say, and you see little people burning as they run away from this thing. It's hydrogen that's burning up. And the vehicle I'm on top of, leading back, is filled with hydrogen. So there's a gantry, and obviously you get up the gantry, go into stuff. And this is the God's truth countdown. That's 19, 20, 19, hold it. There's an anomaly. What is an anomaly? That means something that shouldn't be there. What? I'm the anomaly. I should be. And okay, we're good. S9, 70, S60. All right, hold it, everybody. We're going to withdraw the gantry. Anybody who wants to get off should get off now. Swear to God. I think, okay, I'm out of here. I start to go, wait. I'm Captain Kirk. Well, I stay and I have this marvelous. But that's the residual, you'll excuse the ugly word, of a big Captain Kirk. My dear.
Hi. I read your book and it Boldly Go, and it was pretty profound. My favorite is
Wait a minute. Pretty.
very pretty. that color. My question is, there's a perfect synergy with that book and your album, Bill. If you could add one more chapter that adds, I mean, the only problem is you needed more when you had both of them. If you can add one more chapter, talk about something in your life again, what would you add?
Well, since that album, since the book on that album, which is You Can Call Me Bill, it's better You Can Call Me Bill. There's been other albums. There's an album out there now, children's album, Where Will the Animals Sleep? And I wrote the lyrics with Robert Sherman. And the album is about the intertwining of nature, how incredibly intricate the bonds of everything that's alive. It really is. Every living thing depends on another living thing. And you take one thing goes extinct, it's like a shawl made of wool. Everything falls apart. That's what's happening now, of course. So the album is about the strangest combinations of living things. For example, my favorite album is a song that we wrote called Elephants and Termites. So it's elephants and termites and elephants, it's really good and funny and for children, but also for adults. And it turns out that elephants on the what's the plain? No, the grassy. The what? The savannah. You know, I forget these words. It's a product of my upbringing. and I've got, what's it called when you do a memory? You link something. Like I can never remember this dear friend of mine, Ben Folds. So before I say Ben Folds, I go, Ben Folds. So I've got a word for Savannah. My mother's first name was Anna. So I think, okay, Savannah. Anna. Now I couldn't remember Anna, so I couldn't. What's mnemonic? Is that it? Mnemonic memory. So the elephants are on the savannah. Okay, they eat a lot of vegetation, grass, and bark, and things like that. But occasionally they'll foray out into the savannah, and they're moving along in the savannah, and one of them gets an itchy bump. The rear end itches. There's nowhere to itch, because if it were a forest. But on the savannah, there are termite towers, where termites have built towers 6, 8, 10 feet tall. Intricate towers where the winged insects are using their wings to ventilate all the holes in it. It's an intricate device. It's air cooled, and the grubs live there, and the termites live there, and it's really. And they've chosen the place because the mud there can be masticated. They chew on the mud, and along comes another. And itches its behind, knocks it down the mud. Trambles around a little bit on it, it rains. It's a little puddle. And then they drink a little and they move around. Another year goes by and they tramp around. And the years go by and gradually this termite turret and this elephant have built a watering hole. And animals from far and near come around to drink. And birds fly in with fish eggs clinging to their feathers, which is how alpine lakes got fish. The fish eggs there, the birds drink and an egg falls off, becomes a fish. Now there are fish. Now animals come to eat and drink and exist and mate. It becomes a whole life force because of elephants and termites. And that's what the song is all about. And that's what all the songs are about. It's got, comes with a little booklet, and it's great for kids from 6 to 12, but it's great for adults as well. Thank you very much, everybody. You can play with your music.
Bye bye, everybody.
Is that?